8 deadly footwear choices stealing your golden years, plus 3 life-changing solutions for seniors. Did you know that over 300,000 seniors are hospitalized for fall injuries each year, and improper footwear contributes to nearly 45% of these cases? This silent epidemic is stealing mobility and independence from millions. Meet Thomas, a 72-year-old retired teacher whose life changed instantly when his worn loafers slipped on a wet floor. One hip fracture later, doctors told him he might never walk independently again. But I'm about to show you how Thomas defied those odds. By the end of this video, you'll see how he went from barely making it to his mailbox to hiking mountain trails with his grandchildren, all by avoiding these 8 deadly footwear mistakes most seniors make daily. Welcome to Life Advice for Older People, where we turn research into practical solutions for your happiest, healthiest golden years. The shoes that carried you comfortably through your 40s can literally disable you at 70. This isn't exaggeration, it's biology. As we age, our relationship with the ground beneath us fundamentally changes, and so must our footwear. Your feet undergo 3 critical transformations that most people never discuss. First, the fat padding that once cushioned every step thins dramatically, leaving bones and nerves exposed to impact. Second, the nerve receptors that help you balance degrade by up to 30% after age 65. And third, your joints become increasingly sensitive to misalignment, turning minor gait issues into chronic pain throughout your entire body. Thomas discovered these changes the hard way. "I kept wearing the same types of shoes I always had," he told me. "Nobody warned me that my feet had changed." Today, we'll cover the 8 deadly footwear choices silently stealing mobility from seniors. But I won't just point out problems. I'll share the 3 life-changing solutions that podiatrists recommend to their own parents but rarely discuss publicly with patients. These strategies helped Thomas reclaim his independence, and they could transform your mobility too. If you want more life-changing advice like this, hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. Your feet and your future self will thank you. And if you're already experiencing the value, please give this video a like to help other seniors find this crucial information. Have you ever experienced foot pain that limited your freedom or kept you from activities you love? Share your experience in the comments below. You might be surprised how many others are facing the same challenges. Let's start with a footwear choice that might seem obvious, but hides a sinister secret even in its sensible forms: high heels. When you wear any heel, even a modest one to 2-inch height, your entire body weight shifts forward unnaturally. A 2-inch heel increases pressure on the ball of your foot by an astounding 75%. This forces your toes into a compressed, cramped position thousands of times each day. But the damage doesn't stop there. Your knees, hips and lower back all compensate for this unnatural position, creating a cascade of misalignments. Thomas's wife, Janet, learned this lesson at 68 after decades of wearing what she called her practical 2-inch pumps to work as a bank manager. "I thought I was being sensible by avoiding stilettos," she explained, "but after retirement, my feet seemed to collapse. The bunions I'd ignored for years became unbearably painful." Janet ultimately needed surgical intervention, a painful procedure with a 12-week recovery that temporarily robbed her of independence right when she and Thomas had planned to travel. Look at this pressure map of a foot in even a modest heel. The red areas show dangerous pressure concentrations that over time reshape your foot's architecture. A 60-year-old foot has endured approximately 75 million steps, each one potentially damaging in the wrong shoes. Here's the hidden danger many doctors fail to mention. It's not just the height of the heel that matters, it's the years of cumulative damage that suddenly reveals itself after 60 when your fat padding thins and can no longer mask the problems. Even if you only wear heels occasionally now, their effects from decades past could be undermining your mobility today. The foot deformities they cause, bunions, hammer toes, shortened Achilles tendons, can dramatically increase your fall risk and chronic pain. How many of you ladies still have high heels in your closet that you wear for special occasions? Drop a shoe emoji in the comments if you're reconsidering those shoes after learning this. Our second deadly footwear choice might surprise you, especially if you live in a warmer climate. Flip-flops. These seemingly innocent summer staples are foot health destroyers in disguise. With every step in flip-flops, your toes must grip unnaturally to keep the shoe from flying off. This constant gripping alters your natural gait and creates tension that travels up through your entire foot. Unlike proper footwear that moves with you, flip-flops force your feet to adapt to them, the opposite of what aging feet need. Even worse, flip-flops provide absolutely zero arch support and minimal shock absorption. Each step sends jarring impact forces directly into your bones and joints. For younger adults, resilient tissue can bounce back. But after 60, this repeated trauma accelerates joint deterioration. Thomas learned this painful lesson during what should have been a joyful retirement trip to Florida. I wore flip-flops everywhere, by the pool, walking to restaurants, even for a mile-long beach walk, he recalled. By day 3, I could barely put weight on my heel. What Thomas developed was plantar fasciitis, inflammation of the thick band of tissue connecting your heel to your toes. It took 6 months of physical therapy to resolve, costing him half a year of precious mobility. Here's what many seniors don't realize until it's too late. The pain doesn't stay in your feet. When you walk differently to accommodate foot pain, your knees bear extra stress, your hips compensate with uneven movement, and your lower back absorbs the imbalance. One poor footwear choice creates a domino effect throughout your entire body. Even if you've worn flip-flops your whole life without issues, your aging feet can no longer tolerate this stress. The support you never needed before becomes crucial after 60. But the next footwear mistake is one almost everyone makes every day without realizing it, and it might be sabotaging your mobility right now as you watch this video. Our third deadly footwear choice might be on your feet right now, worn-out sneakers that look perfectly fine on the outside. What most seniors don't realize is that athletic shoes lose approximately 40% of their cushioning and support after just 6 months of regular use, long before they show visible wear. The midsole foam that absorbs shock with each step silently breaks down, leaving your joints vulnerable to impact forces that can be 3 to 5 times your body weight. This creates a dangerous situation unique to our generation. Many of us grew up with Depression-era parents who taught us to use it up, wear it out, making us reluctant to replace items that don't appear visibly damaged. Add fixed retirement incomes to this frugal mindset, and you have a recipe for keeping footwear far beyond its functional lifespan. Thomas epitomized this problem. "My sneakers look great after 3 years," he explained. "The tread was fine, no holes, still clean enough. I thought they were perfectly good." What he didn't realize was that his mysterious knee pain, which led to him becoming increasingly sedentary, stemmed directly from these worn-out shoes providing inadequate support. Here's a quick test you can do right now. Take your everyday walking shoe and try to twist it from heel to toe. If it twists easily, the supportive structure has broken down, even if the exterior looks pristine. A supportive shoe should only bend at the ball of the foot, not twist like a dish rag. When Thomas finally replaced his still good sneakers with fresh ones, his knee pain resolved within 2 weeks. Those $70 shoes saved him from progressing to a $40,000 knee replacement. When was the last time you replaced your everyday shoes? Be honest in the comments. If it's been over 6 months of daily wear, today's video might save you from unnecessary pain and medical bills. Our fourth deadly footwear choice is probably sitting right by your favorite chair backless slippers. These seemingly innocent comfort accessories are among the most dangerous items in your home. When you wear backless slippers, your entire walking pattern changes unconsciously. With each step, your toes grip to keep the slipper from falling off, shortening your stride and creating muscle tension that travels up your legs. Your heel lifts slightly earlier in your gait cycle and your ankle stability decreases by up to 65%. All these subtle changes significantly impair your balance, and you don't even realize it's happening. The statistics are alarming. 38% of in-home falls among seniors involve unsuitable house footwear, with backless slippers being the primary culprit. These falls often occur during moments requiring quick reactions or balance adjustments, like answering the doorbell or navigating stairs. Thomas witnessed this danger firsthand when his neighbour Ruth, a vibrant 78-year-old, tripped on her stairs while wearing her beloved backless slippers. She'd worn that style for decades, Thomas recalled. The paramedics told me they see this exact scenario several times a week. Ruth's fall resulted in a broken wrist that severely limited her independence for months. What makes these slippers particularly insidious is that they feel comfortable. They're easy to slip on, they're soft, they're familiar, but they silently compromise your stability with every step, creating a fall risk that increases dramatically after age 65, when balance systems are already challenged. Think about it. Would you drive without your seatbelt just because it feels more comfortable? Yet many seniors risk their mobility and independence daily for the minor convenience of backless footwear. You'll be shocked when you learn what many podiatrists and orthopedic specialists are now recommending instead for around the house, a complete departure from traditional slippers that has reduced fall risk by up to 62% in clinical studies. Our fifth deadly footwear mistake is one hiding in plain sight. Shoes with smooth, worn-down or naturally slick soles. These silent hazards transform everyday surfaces into potential disaster zones. Look closely at these dress shoes and loafers, particularly common in seniors' closets. Notice how the bottom surfaces have worn smooth over time, eliminating the traction patterns designed to grip the ground. Even new dress shoes often prioritize aesthetics over safety, with leather soles that offer minimal grip. What many don't realize is that traction decreases by approximately 75% as shoe soles age or wear down. This reduction becomes life-threatening when combined with typical household scenarios: a few drops of water on kitchen tile, a slightly damp bathroom floor, or morning dew on outdoor steps. Thomas experienced this danger firsthand before his major fall. "I was wearing my favorite leather-soled loafers in the kitchen," he recalled. "My wife had wiped the counter and a tiny bit of water, just a few drops, had splashed onto the floor. My foot went out from under me so fast I didn't even have time to react." That minor slip caused Thomas to twist awkwardly to catch himself, resulting in back pain that plagued him for weeks before his more serious fall. The warning sign was there, but like many seniors, he dismissed it as just a close call, rather than recognizing the deadly footwear contributing to it. Here's a quick test you can do today. While wearing your everyday shoes, place one foot on your bathroom tile and gently attempt to slide it forward. If your foot moves easily, you're walking on potential hazards every day. Safe footwear should resist this sliding motion, even on smooth surfaces. Have you ever had a close call with a slip that you brushed off as just being clumsy? Tell us what happened in the comments. Your experience might help someone else recognize the warning signs before a serious fall occurs.
Are you listening?
Deadly footwear number 6. Tight-fitting dress shoes. Our sixth deadly footwear choice affects millions of seniors who don't realize their feet have literally changed shape. Tight-fitting dress shoes. Here's a fact most people don't know. Your feet naturally widen as you age. After decades of standing and walking, the ligaments and tendons that hold your foot bones together gradually stretch, allowing these bones to spread. By age 70, the average person's foot is nearly half a size wider than it was at 40. Yet most seniors continue buying the same size they've worn for decades. When you squeeze your wider feet into narrow dress shoes, you're not just risking discomfort. You're actively restricting blood flow to your extremities, a particularly dangerous situation for anyone with diabetes or circulation issues. Even more concerning, compressed nerves in tight shoes can trigger or worsen neuropathy, causing numbness that dramatically increases fall risk. Thomas learned this painful lesson while preparing for his grandson's wedding. "I hadn't worn dress shoes in years, but my old pair still fit, or so I thought," he explained. "By the reception, my feet were burning with pain. But it was what happened afterward that really scared me. The nerve compression from those 6 hours in tight shoes triggered neuropathy symptoms that lasted for weeks." Thomas temporarily lost sensation in parts of his feet, causing him to stumble repeatedly during that time. This highlights the dangerous domino effect. Foot pain changes how you walk, creating compensation patterns that strain your knees, hips and lower back. One day in the wrong shoes can trigger months of mobility issues throughout your entire body. What many seniors don't realize is that foot width changes often happen independently of length. So even if your shoes feel long enough, they might be dangerously narrow. But the next footwear mistake might be happening right now as you watch this video, and it's one that most doctors never warn their patients about. Deadly footwear number 7, going barefoot. Our 7th deadly footwear choice isn't actually footwear at all. It's the increasingly popular habit of going barefoot around the house. While it might feel natural and comfortable, walking barefoot after 60 creates serious risks that younger adults simply don't face. Many seniors don't realize that walking barefoot increases fall risk by up to 37% compared to wearing proper supportive house shoes. Without cushioning and support, your balance mechanisms must work harder with each step, particularly on hard surfaces like wood or tile floors. These modern flooring materials create another hidden danger: impact forces. Walking barefoot on hardwood or tile sends up to 7 times more shock through your joints than walking on grass or carpet. For aging joints already struggling with arthritis or degradation, these impact forces accelerate damage and pain cycles. Thomas discovered these risks the devastating way. "I stepped on something tiny in my kitchen. I think it was a breadcrumb," he explained. "I barely felt it, but because I have diabetic neuropathy, it created a small cut I couldn't feel." That minor injury developed into a dangerous foot ulcer that took 3 months to heal and required specialized wound care. This challenges the popular myth that barefoot walking is more natural and therefore healthier for everyone. While younger bodies with intact protective fat pads, strong arches and full sensation may benefit from occasional barefoot time, the aging foot needs consistent protection and support, especially on modern hard surfaces our ancestors never encountered. As foot surgeon Dr. Sarah Jenkins explains, the barefoot movement makes sense for some people, but for my senior patients, it's like removing the shock absorbers from a car whose suspension system is already compromised. Are you watching this video barefoot right now? You might want to reconsider after our next section, which reveals the final deadly footwear mistake that nearly 90% of seniors make without realizing it. Deadly footwear number 8, one pair fits all mentality. Our 8th and final deadly footwear mistake is perhaps the most common of all, the one pair fits all mentality that leaves seniors vulnerable during specialized activities. As we age, our feet require different types of support for different movements. The side-to-side stability needed for gardening differs completely from the cushioning required for extended walking, or the grip necessary for navigating slippery surfaces. Yet, 78% of seniors attempt to use a single pair of good shoes for everything they do. Thomas fell into this exact trap. "I had my good New Balance sneakers that cost nearly $100, he admitted. "I wore them for everything. My daily walk, working in the garden, even to church when dress shoes hurt my feet." While this approach seemed practical and economical, it actually contributed significantly to his mobility decline. When gardening, Thomas's walking shoes provided inadequate side stability for the kneeling to standing transitions, straining his knees. During his daily walks, soil embedded in the treads from gardening reduced their grip on sidewalks. And neither activity was ideal for the shoes themselves, causing them to break down faster than designed. This is where the activity zone concept becomes crucial for seniors. Podiatrists now recommend dividing your footwear needs into at least 3 distinct zones: daily support shoes, activity-specific footwear, and protective house shoes, each designed for the unique movements and surfaces you encounter. Many seniors make the expensive mistake of investing in one good pair rather than having the right shoes for each activity. But here's the financial reality. One $300 emergency room visit from a fall costs more than outfitting yourself with all 3 specialized pairs combined. Now for the solutions that changed everything for Thomas and thousands of others like him. 3 evidence-based approaches that dramatically reduced fall risk and restored pain-free mobility, often within just weeks of implementation. Our first life-changing solution might sound simple, but it's revolutionary for most seniors: getting a professional shoe fitting from a specialist who understands aging feet. Did you know that over 80% of adults wear incorrectly sized shoes? This staggering statistic comes from a podiatric study that found most people are wearing shoes either too short, too narrow, or both. Even more concerning, your correct shoe size changes throughout your life. Most people gain at least half a size in width after age 60 due to the natural spreading of the foot structure. A proper professional fitting goes far beyond the basic foot measuring device you might remember from childhood. Here's what should happen. First, both feet are measured separately while standing, never sitting, as foot size changes under your body weight. Second, width is measured at multiple points, not just the ball of the foot. Third, arch height and flexibility are assessed to determine support needs. Finally, a gait analysis observes how you actually walk, revealing pressure points and movement patterns unique to your body. Thomas was skeptical about this solution until desperation drove him to a specialty shoe store. The fitter spent nearly 40 minutes with just me, he recalled. She told me I'd been wearing shoes a full size too small in width for decades. When I tried the correct size, it was like my feet could finally breathe again. Here's how to find the right fitting specialist. Look for stores specifically catering to comfort footwear or orthopedic needs, not just any shoe store. Major chains rarely provide the expertise aging feet require. Ask if their fitters have certification or specialized training in geriatric foot issues. Many areas have podorthists, professionals specifically trained in footwear for medical conditions, who can provide the highest level of expertise. When you go, ask these specific questions. How does my arch height affect which shoes I should choose? Based on my gait, where am I placing the most pressure when I walk? And which specific features should I look for given my foot structure? When was the last time you had your feet professionally measured? Most people say never or decades ago. Share your answer in the comments, and if you're inspired to get fitted after watching this, let us know what you discover about your true size. Life-changing solution number 2, the 3-zone system. The second game-changing solution revolutionized Thomas's mobility, the 3-zone system for senior footwear needs. This approach acknowledges that no single shoe can safely support all the different movements you make throughout your day. Zone 1 is home footwear, the foundation of fall prevention. The ideal home shoe has a closed back for stability, non-slip rubber soles for traction on all surfaces, and an easy on-off design without compromising security. Thomas discovered that proper house shoes virtually eliminated his morning stiffness by supporting his feet from the moment he got out of bed. Zone 2 is everyday support shoes, your companions for daily activities and errands. These need proper arch support matched to your foot type, cushioning proportional to your weight, and stability features like wider bases and secure closures. Thomas's properly fitted everyday shoes resolved his knee pain within weeks. Zone 3 is activity-specific footwear, specialized tools for specialized jobs. Walking shoes need forefoot flexibility and heel cushioning. Gardening requires ankle support and cleated soles for uneven surfaces. Even dress occasions can be managed with modern hidden comfort designs that look formal but provide support. The brilliance of this system isn't just physical, it's financial. Thomas implemented it on his fixed income by budgeting strategically. I spent the most on my everyday shoes since I wear them 60% of the time, he explained. For specialty needs, I found budget-friendly options and sales. It still cost less than what I spent on pain relievers each year. But the third solution is what doctors say makes the biggest difference of all: transforming mobility for seniors even when everything else has failed. Life-changing solution number 3, custom orthotics and adjustments. Our third and most powerful solution addresses the foundation of mobility itself. Custom orthotics and strategic shoe adjustments that transform even ordinary footwear into therapeutic tools. Many seniors don't understand the crucial difference between basic store-bought insoles and true orthotics. Generic insoles simply add cushioning, while orthotics actually correct biomechanical issues in your walking pattern. Think of it this way. Insoles are like reading glasses from the drugstore, while orthotics are prescription lenses precisely calibrated to your unique needs. The good news? Effective orthotics don't always require the $400+ custom versions made by podiatrists. Thomas discovered the middle ground, heat-moldable inserts that cost under $40. You warm them in your oven, then stand on them to create an impression of your foot, he explained. They supported my arches exactly where I needed it, not just generically. These semi-custom options work remarkably well for most seniors without severe foot deformities. Studies show they provide 70 to 80% of the benefit of fully custom orthotics at about 15% of the cost. For those with Medicare, know that custom orthotics may be covered when prescribed for specific conditions like severe diabetic neuropathy or deformities. The key phrase to use with your doctor is therapeutic orthotics for fall prevention. This medical necessity framing often triggers coverage. Beyond inserts, simple modifications can dramatically improve your existing shoes. Professional stretching services can add width in tight spots for around $15. Strategic cushioning pads, placed precisely where you have pressure points, can transform painful shoes into comfortable ones. Even something as simple as replacing factory insoles with gel versions can reduce impact forces by up to 40%. Thomas now applies these principles to every pair he owns. It's like having custom shoes without buying new ones, he says. I've extended the life of my footwear while making each pair more therapeutic. Have you ever tried custom insoles or orthotics? Share your experience below. Your insights could help another viewer find the solution that finally resolves their foot pain and restores their mobility. Let's return to Thomas's journey. 6 months after implementing these 3 solutions, his transformation was nothing short of remarkable. I went from taking pain medication daily to walking 5,000 steps completely pain-free, Thomas shared, his voice filled with emotion. The constant fear of falling that kept me homebound is gone. The physical improvements were measurable. His balance test scores improved by 38%. And he hasn't had a single fall incident since changing his footwear approach. But the emotional impact runs even deeper. Last weekend, I took my grandchildren hiking on a nature trail, Thomas said, showing me photos of him confidently navigating uneven terrain. My 9-year-old grandson asked why I never did this before. I couldn't explain that I'd been too afraid to try. Compare this to his life before. Confined mostly to his home, missing family gatherings, and watching life from the sidelines. Remember this powerful truth. Your footwear choices today determine your mobility tomorrow. The decisions you make now will either limit or expand your world in the years ahead. Let's quickly recap the 8 deadly footwear choices we covered. High heels, flip-flops, worn-out sneakers, backless slippers, smooth-soled shoes, tight-fitting dress shoes, going barefoot, and the one-pair-fits-all mentality. By implementing our 3 life-changing solutions, professional fitting, the 3-zone system, and custom orthotics, you can dramatically reduce fall risk and reclaim your active lifestyle, just like Thomas did. Which of these footwear mistakes surprised you the most? Let us know in the comments. If you want more practical advice for thriving in your golden years, hit that subscribe button and notification bell. Your future mobility is too important to leave to chance.